passion to do it, and seeing all the chefs that have worked for me in the past and seeing them like kind of grow in their careers and seeing them do stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of where I get excited.
Yeah, that's where the success lies. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And others after you.
Yeah. I mean, I still love getting behind the stove.
Yeah.
And I love like cooking and grinding it out
and being busy,
working with great people.
Yeah.
But yeah, now my passion comes from, watching those kids.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
You know what's crazy?
Be successful.
I just thought of this is I've talked to many chefs now, and I think everybody that's been on the show is about the same age. I think Colby's probably the youngest one that I've had on.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's everyone's narrative. Like they want to work on the next guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like the era before that, the John George and the Balloud, was like you don't know really who the CDC of any of those places were.
Right.
You don't know who any of those like big hotels in Vegas, the Robichon and who's the CDC there, and why don't I know that? Yeah. I feel like they don't get, and it's not because they're not building them, because they're obviously the CDC of the restaurant,
For
whatever.
sure.
But you never hear their story. You never hear who they are, and it's all like this JG. And not to say that there's anything bad about that, because it obviously inspires people. But I think that is the purpose of this podcast.
Yeah. Is
to fucking get the real guys that are doing it every day, and not just the guy who has the name on the door.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, when you subordinate your ego and just let your people do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna want to follow you. They're gonna want to stay. I mean, through the pandemic, a bunch of people were laid off. It was a crazy time. I mean, my sous chef at the time, him and I just worked for a butcher shop.
Yeah.
Or we worked for a slaughterhouse is what we really worked for. And because we were we want to learn how to do this. And we want to and we worked with farmers to help give them revenue.
So you're bleeding out cows and shit?
I did 2 days on the kill floor.
That's rough, man.
And then the rest of the time,
that shit changes you, man.
Well, it just gives you more respect for the ingredients.
But when you, especially halal style.
We only did halal on, I think, Mondays.
Yeah, because they got to clean the whole facility. Usually on the day it's closed Sunday, and then get in there. But dude, we did those halal lamb, and I'll never forget that. That was so crazy. Because the dude's praying and shit, and then we're hitting it in the jugular with a dull knife, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought they weren't supposed to feel pain, bro. He's squirming, Yeah. But I'm like, god damn. It was a rough experience.
It gives you way more respect for
100%.
Because
you're I better use this.
Yeah,
I killed this thing.
A lot of the stuff when I was in Nashville was all about not wasting anything. We did the Koshan event to cook a whole pig, not waste anything, and brings you way closer to the core of what you're cooking.
The romanticism of the chef life.
Yeah.
I hear that. How long did you stay at Marriott?
I left for a while to go work back with Shin, who I worked at with Bonsoiré.
Okay, so you went back over there. Why is that? He just needed help?
So he ended up selling off his business or not managing it. And then he started a ramen shop.
Okay.
So our restaurant, when we were at Bonsoiré, was Japanese French. So he started a ramen shop. He was going from 2 stores to 9 in about a year.
Yeah.
Needed somebody who he trusted to...
2 stores to 9.
Yeah.
Are they still open?
Uh-huh.
What are they called?
Furious Spoon.
Furious Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're all in Chicago?
All in Chicago.
Okay. Word.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
So, great ramen. He was making his own noodles. Really grew the whole business from, a small ramen shop, how it's supposed to be. and kept expanding throughout the city. So we talked, and he was like, I need somebody that I trust, somebody that can come in and watch my chefs and develop them. And, for all the relationship and everything he gave me, throughout my tenure at Montserrat, I just felt like it was the right move. Mm-hmm. You always have to have loyalty to your chef.
100%. When
your chef says jump, you say how high.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he asked me to come on board. I did. I did that for about 8 months.
Yeah. Did that redeem you letting him down those years ago? Like, did you feel like that was a reason why you went and helped him when he asked you?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think I owed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, great chef. Never did anything to do anything but help develop me.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess I let him down, so I was like,
yeah,
here is my opportunity. And being with Marriott, I knew the operational aspect of growing a company.
Yeah.
And managing multiple leaders and doing all of that. Yeah, like during that time, I went through a bunch of personal stuff. But yeah, Shin was always super fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, during that time, I was getting divorced. So I probably only stayed for like 9 months.
Yeah.
With him. But at that point, everything had been open. Well, they were on the way to the second big location.
Yeah.
But we were cool. I sat in a room with him and I cried. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking over this.
Yeah.
I can't.
You need to go.
All my chefs had quit at that point. We were just having a really hard time growing the company.
Yeah.
But we were at like a stable point where I just felt like it was okay for me to step back.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't good for me to be there anymore.
Heard. So you left there, and what was the move?
And then I went to something that was even worse, which was opening a hotel.
Okay, what hotel was that? I love that. I went to something that was worse.
Yeah. So I opened the Marriott Marquis in Chicago. And that was definitely an eye-opening experience. It was my first union experience.
Yeah.
Which is obviously some people have great experiences, some people don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was opening it up, 350-seat restaurant, tons of staff, great team. So I actually still talk to all of them these days. But yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Why was it rough? Was it not organized? Or was it like construction's late?
Yeah, it was like construction was late.
Yeah, that always happens.
The union issues, just with like ratifying the contracts.
Yeah,
and doing all of that.
Because those union guys are like, you're going to work 32 hours a week, get paid for 40, and fucking 1 hour breaks every day. And you're like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were lucky that at least on the culinary side, everybody had the buy-in. So everybody was on board. So no one ever said chef, you can't help me. We were there to take care of the customers. We were there to respect the food and do a really great job. And it was a really great restaurant. We pushed the envelope. It was really cool. I mean, we were serving, pig face and freaking grilled octopus.
Yeah.
So it was super cool and progressive. But yeah, we had a lot of disagreements with upper management, and at the end of the day, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I did just a little bit over a year.
So you actually got it open?
Oh, I started 2 weeks before we opened.
Okay.
So I walked in and they were like, by the end of the day,
fix this.
I need your menu.
you're like, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we rolled with it. It was super successful, and
honestly, it's just easier if you just roll with it.
Yeah, and everybody was super happy, and like the staff was well taken care of. We opened the first like food hall for Marriott.
Whoa,
which was super cool.
Yeah,
yeah, we had like a wood fire oven pizza, bunch of stuff. It was 5 outlets total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you leave there. Are you planning on leaving Chicago at any time during this? Are you like contemplating it? Are you thinking about it? Or are you like in love with Chicago?
I mean, I've always loved Chicago. It's still my home.
Okay.
But again, it's my heart. So I ended up separating from my wife at the time, and then finding Emily, who's like the love of my life, whom we have 2 beautiful children with.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to interrupt that date. That's fucking... Dude, I keep thinking that I'm like pissing off the chef's wives. Like, because I stayed at Bobo's house in fucking fucking... Dude, I'm like forgetting where I've been. Greenville?
Yeah.
Before that, I was in...
Asheville.
Richmond.
Okay.
I was in Richmond, yeah. So I get there and like last minute, he's like, "You can crash here."
Yeah.
And then, I look over at his wife. I'm like, I hope that's okay. Like, I hope she's, she doesn't get roped into having to say yes because I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you don't have to say yes to that.
But no, you want to hang out with my wife.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. Cool. So you meet Emily, and you're still in Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay. And so are you looking for another job, or are you kind of mode, chilling?
It was a very tough opening, and literally I opened the first food hall, I did all the stuff, and I'm a firm believer that when you do good things for people, other people want you to do them for them. Right? So I would like to think I did a really good job opening this food hall, being a fill-in executive chef, doing all this stuff for Marriott. So then the corporate team at Marriott tapped me to go to Nashville.
Okay.
To be their tester on this program called the Artisan Chef. So it's basically like an executive chef, but someone who's local that can bring some local flavor, some fine dining to maybe something that has been a little stale.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about, the perception of hotel restaurants being kind of lame and overcooked chicken. So Marriott was trying to revamp that whole system of they want their restaurants to be local and they want them to be fun, and just because it happens to be inside the building doesn't mean that it shouldn't be exciting for everybody who lives there, right? And it was really fun. We worked with a lot of local artisans, RV Pottery was making our plates, Tennessee Grass Fed and Black Hawk. I was using all local vendors. It was super cool. We ran it like an independent restaurant, like it should be, right? It was a great learning experience, and Nashville's a cool city.
It is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I had one of the greatest times of my life there.
Locust.
Oh,
dude, how fucking good is Locust?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The whole place, the whole walking in, the energy, the
so
cooks
good.
serve you.
Yeah,
it's I looked over. There was a cook from Single Thread sitting at this table. There's the chef of this other place sitting down, and it's the chefs come here to eat.
Yeah.
And that's a true compliment.
Yeah.
Because chefs don't cook on their day off, at home, right? So it's we're always looking for somewhere to go, and most of the time it's Panda Express. When you're a single man, right? But when you have a restaurant like Locust in Nashville, how could you just not be there every day on your day off? It's fucking fantastic. And I went to Husk too in Nashville.
Yeah.
And